I have to say it's down to you guys from Pirelli that we have a big screen currently over there, so everyone can see me and you talking and understand what's happening here.
That's the main event, I believe.
And of course at 2:05, we're going to be showing the Spanish Grand Prix, thanks to Pirelli as well.
Yeah, we are indeed. So we're expecting a good race today. Interesting qualifying yesterday. So no, we're pleased that we can show the race to all the members here today, and well, what better way to enjoy it than sitting out in the lawns in the sun watching the Grand Prix?
Well, obviously you're the man to talk to today about tyres. So if we need a set of tyres for your Jaguar, of course Pirelli P6000s came on most Jaguars from the factory, so Pirelli's the name, but you can advise people on what tyres to use for older Jaguars as well, can't you?
Yeah, I think what we've got here today is we're just trying to display a little bit of the old and new. So we have our current range of tyres that's here that we're supplying to Jaguar today. One of our big partners, and then what we've also done recently is released our Pirelli Collezioni range, which is really designed at the more classic and vintage cars. We've released the tyres recently. They look aesthetically like the classic tyres should do, but they have modern day technology. So yeah, come over, have a chat to us, and we can advise you on the car that you've got.
Two things that we need to put across, I think, about tyres. The first thing is, how often should you change tyres? It's not just when they're worn out, is it?
No. There's a couple of things to look at. I think it's important to check the condition of the tyres. So when you're taking your car in for servicing, get them to have a look at the tyres, see that their integrity is still okay. You're looking for things like cracking, especially if they're getting older. What the industry generally looks at is if the tyres are over 5 years old, they've been in use for over 5 years, then you should really be checking them to see whether they're okay or not.
Great stuff, and you can advise people on how to read those sidewalls and understand how old those tyres are.
We can indeed, yeah. So we can help with all that good stuff, yeah.
Fantastic. And Pirelli is still a name that you see everywhere in motorsport. You're heavily into Formula One, hence the Spanish Grand Prix being shown here today.
Yeah.
Tell us about the development that goes into Formula One from the Pirelli side.
Yeah, I think we have been in Formula One now since 2011. We're going to be in there till 2023. For us, motorsports, as you say, always been important. The flagship being Formula One, right down to the British championships that we also sponsor. I see the Invictus car is here. We're a big partner of British GT and SRO as well. And I think for us, not only is it about branding, but it's also about R&D. You know, we are testing on the very best cars, the latest technology all the time. And what our challenge is then is to take that technology and put it into our road cars as well, road tyres as well.
Superb. Well, it's great to see motorsport translating something directly into road cars so that we can all relate to it, really. And,
absolutely, yeah.
That's what it's all
and
about.
I think 2021 we're looking at moving to 18-inch tyres in F1, so modernising that, bringing it more like what the tyres that we see on the road today.
And I suppose fuel economy is a big driver of technology in tyres now, isn't it?
More and more so now. We have, different markets, especially when we talk to a brand like Jaguar. We need to be looking at how we can contribute to sustainability as well, what we can do to develop the tyres to help them achieve their targets in terms of a more sustainable car. And that's things like reducing the rolling resistance of a tyre, so we look at how we, the compounds that we make and how that actually impacts the tyre performance to make it a more eco-friendly tyre. Yeah.
Superb. Well, thank you once again, Pirelli, for sponsoring the event and supporting the Jaguar Enthusiast Club.
Yeah, I'll just say as well that on this stand we are giving away a free set of tyres today, so if any members want to go and register with us, and also just as a partner of the club we do have our fuel card offer, so anybody who buys Pirelli tyres from this point on, if you are a member, make sure you get in touch with the Jaguar team. They can tell you how to claim that benefit as well.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Have a good day.
So we've met all of the sponsors and the people supporting this fantastic event here at Blenheim Palace. I hope you're all enjoying the lovely surroundings here, and those of you who are joining us in the big screen over there, hope you're enjoying the sunshine, getting yourself a coffee and an ice cream. If you just follow me just for a moment, let's have a look at what we've got in the courtyard going on just before we hear from our live jazz band, which will be performing for you in just a second. This is the vista that will greet you as you enter the courtyard. We have the Invictus Games racing vehicles just over towards the back there. Of course, the film and television cars Arthur Daly's arrived with his XJ6. Don't miss that up close, and some of the James Bond cars as well. Even M's XJ that she runs around London in is here. And then, of course, we've got all of those beautiful concourse cars just before the Maguire stand. And at the back of the courtyard here, of course, all of those cars from the Tom Walkinshaw era. TWR Racing are here. There's lots of their old team members and personnel from the TWR factory. It was just down the road from here in Kidlington, and we had a fantastic session on Friday night where we had Tony Southgate, Alan Scott, Andy Wallace and Richard West all gathered together to remember that superb achievement of Jaguar and TWR in 1988 and 1990 at Le Mans. All of those guys are here. You'll spot them, by the way, because they have a big badge on them saying they're from the TWR team. So do collar them, have a chat to them, find out more about that superb era of motorsport. But for now, we'll run a few adverts and then we'll have some live music over by the big screen. I'll see you later.